Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about the idea that you're always going to be the villain in someone's story. Because as soon as you choose yourself, as soon as you put yourself first and make the decision that it's not your responsibility to worry about other people's needs, it's not your responsibility to take care of other people's wounds, that healing yourself is more important than this sense of obligation that you feel to heal someone else's wounds, and you walk away, you create space, you establish firm boundaries, you say no, or more extreme, like you cut people right out of your life, especially if these folks are narcissistic and have gone on a smear crusade to tarnish your name, your reputation, create lies about who you are. The fact is, unfortunately, is that people believe these narcissists. They buy the stories. It becomes their truth. And they have a reaction to you choosing yourself. They don't like it. You're different now. You're not doing what you've always done, which is put everybody else first. And so an expression that I hear on YouTube a lot is people feel some sort of way about it, right? Well, accept that you're always going to be the villain in someone's story. The fact is that these people are unhealed, and it's easier for them to point fingers at somebody else than it is for them to look in the mirror and do the hard, painful healing work that anybody that's watching this channel is probably very well aware of. We're a minority here, you know, the brave and the courageous and the people who have, you know, faced our own demons, looked deep in the mirror, looked past the vision of who you see in the mirror, and instead looked through the mirror into the soul, your own soul, and asked all the hard questions and had to sit to figure out what those answers were so that you could, you know, essentially come out of the cocoon as a beautiful butterfly. It's hard work and it's painful work, but that's your story, right? Other people that you had to turn your back on, they're stuck in the same place. They do the same things. They watch the same things on TV. They talk to the same people. They don't grow. They're stagnant. And you're just the person who turned your back on them. And so you're going to be the villain in someone's story. And so the reality is it doesn't matter, because it's all about perception. If these people perceive that you've done something wrong to them, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you say. They are going to have their story, and you're the antagonist in the story. It's not your responsibility to try to change that narrative. Unfortunately, there are too many people, and if you're a viewer here, then this message is probably resonating with you in some way. And so you understand that people who have hurt us, they're unhealed and they're wounded. And they don't really have the courage to do the inner work. And they're so wrapped up in a narrative, a story, the lies, And they got to keep those lies going, especially these narcissists, because they're the worst cowards you'll ever see. And so, in order to stay in that victim energy, okay, and in order to stay in that low vibrational energy, you need a villain. You know, these people need to be the protagonist in the story, and they're going to make you the antagonist in the story, and they're going to tell everybody and anybody who will listen their woe is me story, so that they can get all of this pity and all of this attention and stay stuck in their unhealed ways. And so you're the villain, and you're the villain in someone's story, and your degree of, villainness is going to be different depending on whose story it is. The more the smear campaign, the more unhealed the narcissist is who's spread lies about you. People are going to take their version of that story, and they're going to interpret it all the way they interpret it based on their personal history with you, and they'll spin it a certain way, and you'll be a villain in their story in some way. Don't let that bother you. The reason you establish these firm boundaries to begin with, the reason you cut these people off, is all you need to know. Who cares what they think? It doesn't matter what they think. And this is why in yesterday's video, I talked about the fact that karma's coming for these folks. They have to deal with their own karma at some point. And you don't need to defend yourself, and you don't need to fight your battles. You let God fight your battles. It's just easier if you understand that no matter what you do, you're going to be the villain in someone's story. Most important thing that you can do is accept that, and don't get down in the mud with these people. You stay in a higher vibration and let them live their lives however they want to live their life. And you're going to be a better person for it in the end, because the more low vibrational forces that you can cut away and out of your life, it just makes your ability to elevate easier and easier and easier. So that's really all I have for today. You're always going to be the villain in someone's story, but that's going to be their story, and it's also going to be their problem, and you don't need to make it your problem. It's just when you accept this and understand this, it's just how it is. People have their own perceptions of events and things in life, and hey, it is what it is. Have a great day. I'll catch you next time.